Good morning, guys. It is way too early for me, but I am about to go brew some beer with Keith Wainwright and Julio at Floodstone Brewery. So we have arrived at Flood Zone Brewery. Keith and Julio are getting started in the back. We're gonna go ahead and brew. Is it gonna be the winter ale? Keith, is it the winter ale?
Yep, this is going to be Tipsy Snowman winter ale.
Okay. So I created a logo for this one actually, and we're gonna brew that. So that's gonna be really cool. There's Julio in the back. And then I'm just going to show certain shots of the process.
So this is an acid sanitizer. And sanitize the tank. After it's sanitized, everything will be sealed up. And the thing with brewing is cleanliness. Everything's got to be OR sanitary. You don't want no bacteria or anything to infect the beer.
You can smell it too.
The sanitizer?
It's got a smell, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a nasty smell. But it goes away.
Yeah. If it works, it works.
Okay, we're good.
So what did he just do back there?
We just turned the water off.
Okay, nothing fancy.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start the pump, and it's going to come out the bottom two ports, go through the pump, through this hose, up through this, and at the top of this tank, there's a stainless steel ball in there with holes in it, and it will spin, kind of like a dishwasher. All right, and we'll run that for a couple minutes, and that'll completely sanitize the tank and the hose. And then after we do the tank, we'll unhook this hose and run it through the plate chiller and sanitize the plate chiller as well. So everything, the hose, the tank, the plate chiller, everything will be sanitized to the point of when the beer or the wort gets to the plate chiller, it's boiling. So that part doesn't need to be sanitized because everything will be boiled and clean.
Clean. Okay.
Okay, Julio. Okay. Port right here, what they call a racket arm. So it actually has an elbow on it. And right now, this piece of metal right here is an indication of where that elbow is. Right now it's pointing straight down.
Okay.
And it'll stay pointing straight down until we're ready to take the beer out of here and put it in the kegs. At that point, we'll turn it straight up. The yeast and any hops that are in there, when it's cold crashed, will settle to the bottom. And we don't want to suck up any of them hops or yeast in the beer in the tank. Load the recipe in here. This will be a new one. It's a single infusion mash. And we're going to heat the mash. We're going to heat the kettle to 160 degrees. And then we're going to maintain a temperature of 158 degrees. And the reason we do 158 degrees opposed to 152, which is a standard temperature of mashing, is that our heat indicator, our temperature indicator is right down next to the elements. So the temperature down there is hotter than it is in the most part of the water, where it would be 152 up here. So after trial and error, we figured out that in order to get 152 degrees up here in the mash, we need it to be 158 down there.
And how long did it take you to figure out through trial and error?
A while.
Long
Took
time?
a long time to figure that out, yeah. Actually, a sister brewery that has the same system, they were the ones that clued me in on it because I told them things weren't like they should be. And this will give an alarms for each boil addition that we need to make. So we need to make a boil addition 60 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes.
Things touchy.
And we'll also do one at 15 minutes. Each one of these timers will add either hops or a clarifying agent or something in the beer. And this is a cool down section of the steps, which we're not using with this particular beer. So. Run the program and start it. So right now our current temperature is 56.1 degrees. Our target temperature is 160. We have 77 minutes till it gets to that temperature. Roughly.
Okay.
It probably won't take that long.
And then it'll start that process of 60, 30, 20, 15.
No. At the end of 77 minutes is when the water temperature is hot enough to introduce the mash. So we'll dump the grain in, and we'll go through that as we come up to it.
Okay.
And that'll sit in the tank for 60 minutes. So.
Okay.
Julio got this out a little while ago. That's rice hulls. So when you get rice from the store, you know it's nice and white. When it's harvested, it actually has hulls on it. And they take that out. And what we use it for is we mix it in the mash tun so that the grain doesn't stick together and create problems like stuck mash, or helps everything filter out nicely. Real heavy caramel smell to it. You can smell that, see that in there.
Yeah.
It's a real heavy caramel. This is as dark as you can get it roasted. And again, this is just going to give a tiny little bit of flavor and a little bit of color.
And what was this one more time?
This is 120. It's called dextrin or carapils. And this gives no flavor, no taste, no color. All this does is help with head retention. So if you're drinking a beer and you see that line in your glass every time you take a sip, lines on it, it's mostly for appearance.
Okay.
We'll just put a little bit in this, a little bit of this in here. This is the base malt. This is where this is what the majority of the beer is made out of. So you have a base barley, and then you add specialty malts for the flavor and whatnot. This is just standard 2-row barley. What we're trying to achieve here is get a oatmeal consistency.
I just can't get over the smell. The smell smells really good. A lot different than what I expected. Almost more like a sweeter smell, I guess. Down to the last bag, which Julio is taking care of right now. Keith is still mixing. This is a very crazy process, all new to me. I have no idea, so I'm more so just watching and being told what he's doing. Very cool process.
For that oatmeal consistency, which is what we're getting to right about now.
So as of right now, we have about 15-minute wait. It's gonna circulate all the way through. 15 minutes until the next step. I don't even know what the next step is. Just following Keith's lead. But yeah, a lot of this is just, you do a task and wait. You do a task and wait. I enjoy it, but it's a lot different than what I expected when it comes to making beer. But it's also very exciting. I'm pretty bummed that I will not be here when the beer is ready to try. But it is pretty cool that I helped make it.
do this without getting a beer bath. You might want to back up a little bit.
That's a very, very good sign. That means we won't be here all day. So now I just regulate the depth of the water here on the side. And make sure that water level doesn't get down below those heating elements, or else they will burn. See how fast that's coming down? That's awesome. What's it smell like?
It smells like beer.
We're dealing with a true beer connoisseur here, I can tell.
Why? What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? What it smelled like?
It has aromas of grass, like grass clippings almost. Smell it again.
Yeah.
Spicy, herbal. So when we're finished boiling, this red hose here on the floor is going up to the bottom of the tank. That'll go through a jacket. This tank is jacketed, double layered. And cold water will go up through here and then come out this white hose. And what it does is it'll take the temperature from boiling to about 140 degrees. And then from there, we'll pump it into the chiller where it'll chill down to 80 degrees.
Okay.
Running in there at about 80, 85 degrees, no hotter than 85. We'll monitor the temperature on the tank as well. And right now the tank temperature, I think, is 59 degrees. So we'll watch when that starts to jump up. we'll take a sample and measure the gravity and know how much alcohol is in it. I'll show you how we do that. The yeast that we're going to put in it, and we don't want to have the temperature too hot in the beer, or else it'll kill the yeast. And we're going to wait a day or two and start over. The refractometer measures sugar in liquid to tell how heavy it is compared to the liquid. So 1.000 is water. Okay. And anything higher than that, the more sugar that's added, the higher it goes. So I have no clue. What I'm aiming at here is about 6.2% ABV in this beer. So we're going to see how close we are. We'll get a sample. Smell it.
Smells good.
Five,
1.058.
Yeah. You want to look through that?
Yeah.
So you can see what.
Yeah, that's about right.
Put it to about 6.4% ABV.
Sounds good to me.
It's definitely going to be tipsy. You'll definitely be tipsy after a few days. So at this point, we want to be OR sanitary. Sterilizing everything, sanitizing everything.
And what exactly is this?
Yeast.
Yeast? Okay.
Similar to bread yeast. You smell it, it smells like bread. You smell it?
No, I did not, yeah. Yeah, it does.
We've got an air compressor here. We're gonna actually pump air into the beer. Yeast needs two things to live. It needs sugar, the right temperature, and oxygen. So we're gonna help with the oxygen by pumping a little air in there. He's gonna shut the pump off. And then I'm gonna run down here, close the valve, turn the water on. And water is gonna push any residual beer out of the chiller, out of the line, and into the tank. That's what's going to happen here in the next few minutes. And then we're going to break down and get everything all cleaned up. These heating elements are soaked in acid overnight, and tomorrow when I come in, I'll just take the hose and rinse them off, and all that grime and stuff that's in there will just come right off. We used to scrub each and every one of them after every time, and it just got to be tedious. Alright. Theo, what is your name? I don't know.
Jeff.
Jeff? Okay, Jeff. When he gets it on the internet, we'll on YouTube.
Yep.
I'll let you know.
You'll be one of the first ones to know, Julio.
Alright, buddy.
Take it easy. And now we wait.
Wait? Yeah, that's right. 2 weeks.
We're waiting right here for 2 weeks.
So this thing should probably, as much sugar is in it, and that's the perfect temperature of it. 85 degrees. It should start fermenting immediately. Which it's not.
Well, there is the Tipsy Snowman Winter Ale right there in front of us, guys. It's going to be ready in 2 weeks of whenever I did record this video. However, I'm not for sure when I'm going to be able to post it. It's definitely going to be within the next 2 weeks, so it's going to be available at Flood Zone Brewery here in Union Bridge, Maryland. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content. And we're cleaned up here. And Keith, we're signing off.
All right, signing off.
Sounds good. All right, see you guys.